Okay, I have not been this excited for a very long time. So Sleeper just added auction leagues. So not only are we going to be doing a mock draft right now with an auction format, mainly so I can figure out how to run everything, mainly so I can kind of knock the rust off, because I haven't been in an auction startup draft in a very, very long time. And our Dynasty Patreon startup that we are going to have next week is going to be a startup auction draft. So, of course, if you want to get in that, make sure you are supporting the show on Patreon. And once we have the official details of what day and what time that will be happening, then I'll be putting up a post and I'll be saying, hey, shoot me a DM if you want in this league. And I'm sure that it will probably get filled within 30 minutes, but you got to be over there. You got to be supporting the show on Patreon. But nonetheless, let me try to get this set up. I don't have that much time to stream today, so hopefully this doesn't take as long as I'm worried about, because I have a very important presentation actually about my biostatistics research class. It's more of a computer science class nonetheless on COVID. That is probably gonna, we may have to cut the stream short, but hopefully that doesn't cut into this. Nonetheless, let's get this going. Noah says he would jump in right now if he wasn't at work. No, all good, my man. All good. Let me send out the link for Patreon. Of course, shoot me a DM over on Patreon if you are wanting to jump in this. And more importantly, get ready to join one of these next week. A real life one. Of course, all the details on that will be coming out next week. But anyway, let me send this link out in the chat. Okay, so that is sent out. Probably should kill the audio on my computer so y'all don't have to deal with that. Okay, so now let me pull up Patreon real quick. I probably should have done all this before we got started. That way I can start getting these DMs and start getting these links out to everybody wanting to join. But this is going to be really fun, guys. I am extremely excited about this. Of course, only join if you're going to be around for the next hour and you are available. I probably should have made an announcement that we are going to be doing this beforehand. I just didn't know exactly what time we were going to go live, and I figured so many people were going to be excited to join this, we would get it filled regardless. Okay, so Mark is saying, haven't seen many auctions. This will be good. Yeah, no, man, I haven't seen an auction in a very long time. I mean, probably the last time I participated in a Dynasty auction was back in 2017. But a quick side note, actually, my first Dynasty league was a Dynasty auction back in 2014. And oh my gosh, I just got absolutely wrecked in that league. I mean, I was so over my head. It was absolutely crazy for me to join a Dynasty startup auction as my first Dynasty league ever. I will advise pretty much nobody do that. I mean, if you are not used to Dynasty, if you aren't confident in your player evaluations and how to construct a roster, you do not want to be joining this Patreon Dynasty startup that will be happening next week. Okay, so let's go through and let's see if we have any DMs on Patreon. And of course, guys, if you are getting here this early, please drop a like on the live stream. And also, if we don't get this filled through Patreon within the first 5 minutes or so, I will probably just be sending the link out in the general chat. That way we can get this going, because I do not want to have to cut this short. I want to make sure that we can do this as much as possible. Okay, so sending that out to you, Cole. I got you, my man. Wesley, got you. Now, let's see. Chad, I got you, my man. Okay, perfect. Now, let's see if we have anything else in the general chat. Seth said, my bad for timing out on my last few picks the other day. I had to get an MRI. I queued up a few players, but I don't think I got all of them. Won't happen again. My bad. No, man, that's completely fine. I just wanted to make sure those people in the current Flock Patreon Dynasty leagues, I mean, if you queued out, I mean, if you timed out on a pick and you got auto-selected, I really just needed to hear from you. That way I knew you weren't MIA. That way I knew I didn't have to replace you before the league started. Okay, Butthead says, is Zach Moss a sleeper winner of the draft? Yes, sir. This is what I said going into the draft. Going into the draft, I said, hey, guys, y'all know that we hated Devin Singletary coming out into the NFL in 2019. Y'all know that we hated Zach Moss coming into the NFL in 2020. But I'd be very surprised if you see Buffalo actually take a running back at the top of the draft, because you've seen what that front office has done over the past few years, and they really drive everything through analytics. I mean, that is a very impressive front office, and I was going to be surprised if you saw them invest into a running back at the top end of the draft, especially because they both Devin Singletary and Zach Moss were still on their rookie contracts, and they both joined the team back in 2019 and 2020 from the third round. So that's decent team investment. So yeah, I mean, you have to call Zach Moss and Devin Singletary quote unquote winner of the draft. I don't think that they have the potential to be league winners, and that's why I was avoiding them going into their rookie drafts. But yeah, I mean, of course, Buffalo decides to pass on a running back, so that is going to be significant. Okay, so we got that. One more link out. It looks like we have a couple more spots left in this mock draft. I'll give it 2 more minutes for people to shoot me a DM on Patreon to get their guaranteed spot in here. If not, I'll just send it out in the general chat for this to be kind of a free-for-all who takes the last few spots. Okay, so also, guys, I don't know if YouTube's glitching out on me, but usually within the first 5 minutes, we have like 20 likes in the live stream. Here we have 3. What is going on? If you have not dropped a like on the live stream, go down there, drop a like. Maybe YouTube's glitching on me. Okay, I refreshed it. We are up there close to 20 likes. Okay, so Paul says auction since when? I believe that they had this auction starting to yesterday, probably. I just know that yesterday was the day I got a ton of DMs through Patreon asking if we were going to be doing this. Awesome. So that should be it. I believe we don't have any more messages on Patreon for us to get to people right now. So I'm just going to be sending this invite in the general chat for y'all to fill this out ASAP. That way we can get this draft going. I'm sorry, to get this auction going. And I'm not going to lie, guys. I mean, maybe I butchered this. I'm going to be doing the best I can. This is going to be super flex. This is going to be tight end premium. So there's some different strategy going in here. But let's send this link out for anybody wanting to join. This is going to be a mock, guys. This is a mock. Please join here. Next week, if you want to get in that Dynasty Patreon auction draft, that is going to be happening. I do not have the official dates yet, but I will get that out starting next week, as well as the time for anybody wanting to hop in just over there on Patreon. Okay, so sent that out. Looks like people are taking these last spots. Okay, so we have 1 spot left, guys, if you want to get in here. And please, I swear to God, you are going to get banned if you decide to leave this auction halfway through. Because if you leave a draft halfway through, I mean, it doesn't affect us too much. But if you leave an auction halfway through, it just messes up everything. So please do not leave. And I will write your name down, and you will not be participating in mock auctions or mock drafts going forward. Okay, so Talon says, auction is interesting. We'll be interested to see how the value works out. Yeah, I mean, here it's going to be a little bit easier to see where the tiers are with these players. I mean, it's hard to tell whenever you're having a regular draft. You can have your own tiers, but it's hard to tell how the other league mates would actually value those players. But nonetheless, this is going to be extremely fun. It looks like we still have 1 more spot to join if anybody wants to click that. Nope, never mind. It is full. Let me switch this over. Let's get this auction going. Okay, so here we go. Let's begin this draft. Okay, Dragon Isles, you are nominating, and you're only going to have 30 seconds to nominate. So this is going to be a very quick thing here, and I just wanted to make sure that we had the time to go through and actually get everything going. Actually, oh no, it's my turn to nominate, I guess. Let's just throw Christian McCaffrey up on the board. Let's throw... I do not know how this is working. Wait, why is this nominate button still on? Oh, I guess we nominate for a certain amount. Okay, so we just threw up Christian McCaffrey for $10. I hope everybody can see that. Please let me know in the general chat if you cannot see it. Okay, so, someone drops $32, $33. I want to remind everyone this is a $200 budget. Let's see. Okay, and this is going to be a little bit harder for me because I'd imagine people are going to be trying to like target me when we are looking at these players. But anyway, CMC up to $44 already out of a $200 budget. Okay, up to $45. This is insane. Like I said, guys, I am no auction expert. Okay, so he's up to 57. I think that I am out on that price. That's closing in on a little over 25% of your budget. And in a super flex format, I don't think I'd be willing to pay that for Christian McCaffrey, even though we would in a 1 quarterback league. Now, let me see if the timer is actually going down. Maybe we have to actually go through and end it. No, he's up to $63. Okay, so this is insane. Let me know if y'all are enjoying this. Let me know if y'all would rather see these auctions going forward or these drafts. Of course, drop a like, leave a comment, subscribe to the channel, and also let me know if y'all have any interest in joining one of those on Patreon. But nonetheless, CMC goes off for $66. Okay, so if you're looking at a $200 budget, I mean, that is going to be a significant portion of it. I mean, that is kind of crazy. Here with Mahomes, let's just throw this up real quick. Let's get this price to a point where I'd feel comfortable paying. Okay, let's just throw in $40. I don't want to go back and forth slowly. Let's continue to get this going. I mean, I will go overboard with CMC. Okay, I'm sorry, not CMC, Mahomes. He is up to $63. Keep in mind, CMC went for $66. Okay, $70 on Patrick Mahomes by Cheetah. Okay, so if Cheetah pulls Patrick Mahomes here, he may not have any options going forward. I mean, that would pretty much take all of his budget. But anyway, Mahomes sitting at $70 by Lucker. He ends up winning Mahomes. Now let's see where we go with this next player. Okay, Matthew says, when is Sleeper going to fix their ADPs? Man, I have no idea. I figure that ADP would be like the easiest thing to figure out, honestly, if you were creating any kind of platform. But okay, let's just throw $30 on Tyreek Hill, see where he goes. And I'm not going to be too critical of anybody here just because, like I said, I am not myself a auction expert. I haven't done an auction since 2017 for a Dynasty startup, and I've only done like 2 or 3 ever. So I don't want to come out here and criticize anybody paying $70 on a Mahomes or $66 out of a $200 budget for Christian McCaffrey just because I simply don't know. Okay, so this is going fast. This is honestly pretty fun. You have to be on your toes. It looks like you have to have your value set. Now, I will say next week, whenever we do a real league like this, we are probably going to have the timer a little bit longer than 30 seconds. We'll probably have it up to a minute. But, of course, you're going to have your own values set on probably a chart going into the draft. Now, Derrick Henry already eclipses $40. Derrick Henry is right there with Tyreek Hill at 43. Tyreek Hill went off the board to Cheetah, who decided to get CMC. So Cheetah at this point pretty much can't bid on any other top-end players. He has his 2 guys. I guess he could go get a 3rd guy and then literally just spend dollars on the players afterwards, but I do not know how we would like that strategy. Okay, so Lucker is up to nominate. Let's see how this goes. Let's see where he decides to put up. Okay, he puts up Jonathan Taylor. Let's go throw $40 immediately on Jonathan Taylor. Okay, no, we're going to put $45 on Jonathan Taylor. Okay, no, we didn't even get that bid in before he was past that. Okay, so, oh my gosh, guys. These players are expensive. Now, I don't know. Like I said, I can't say that this is right or wrong. I think I'm going to be sitting out on any player outside of Patrick Mahomes that eclipses that $60 mark. I mean, here, Jonathan Taylor looks like he's going for $5 less than Christian McCaffrey. I'm sorry, $6 less than CMC. Mr. Pringles is up to nominate Derrick Henry in the first round. Let's see where he goes here. Okay, so he throws up Dalvin Cook. Let's just throw $40 on Dalvin. Actually, no, I'm not going to throw $40 on Dalvin Cook. Let's just bump it up to $35 right now. Derrick Henry did go off the board for $42. Okay, so let's see if Dalvin Cook goes significantly higher than Derrick Henry. I mean, he is going significantly higher in startup drafts. I don't know where we are going to see in this auction, though. Okay, so it looks like maybe he's capping out at 48. Actually, no, Dear Future Self comes in here and he throws in another $1 to take him away. Let's see. No, Sleepy Baron comes in, takes him. Okay, so this is what happens when a new bidder is the lead on a player. I guess the clock gets reset to 10 seconds. That's actually a very nice feature. Okay, so Jake Plum coming up to nominate a player. Now, I want to point out that there are pretty much a balance right now. Everybody but Cheetah is looking like they're not going all in with these top studs, and I'm very interested to see where this team pulls out. Okay, but anyway, Alvin Kamara coming up. Let's just throw $40 on him right away to get this going because I don't want to be sitting around bidding $1 up on these players. Okay, he is immediately up to 49, the same price as Dalvin Cook. I'd imagine that this is about where he tops out. Maybe he gets up to 51, 52, but looking around, seeing that Tyreek Hill went for 43, seeing that Derrick Henry went for 42, I think that this is probably a very fair price for Alvin Kamara. Yes, it is. It goes to Lucker. Okay, so it looks like both Lucker and Cheetah pretty much, I mean, they have no flexibility going forward in bidding on these top-end studs, yet at the same time, there are a lot of teams, including myself, who have yet to grab one, so who knows what this does with the overall market. But Justin Jefferson up here, we can throw, oh, okay, thank God. I thought I almost pressed that offer on 42. I tried to press that offer on 37, but Justin Jefferson immediately up there by Cheetah right alongside Tyreek Hill, the price he paid at $43. Now here, I hate this. I mean, if Cheetah gets stuck with Justin Jefferson, he pretty much, Okay, yeah, Cheetah, I think, man, this is going to be a very tough start for you. I think that you're going to be trying to dig yourself out of a hole. Like I said, I could be wrong here. I don't want to act like I am just extremely knowledgeable with this, but I would be surprised if you can go somewhere else. Okay, also I see that we have 36 likes with only 70 people watching, so that tells me that y'all really enjoy this. Maybe y'all enjoy this more than watching mock drafts. So yeah, this is something that I will continue to do. Okay, so Kyler's up. Okay, we were about to throw $51 on him, 56. That is getting a little bit closer to where I don't know if we would feel comfortable with it, but we have to spend money somewhere. We have to. Let's go. Let's throw one more dollar on Kyler Murray. Now Kyler Murray going a little bit higher than a guy like Dalvin Cook, Alvin Kamara, a little bit lower than Jonathan Taylor. So I think that was a fair range for us to pay for Kyler Murray. Again, immediately DeAndre Hopkins is nominated. So if we want to go out and we want to get the stack, I think that we should be a little bit aggressive. Now, maybe we try to just wait and snipe him at the end. Let's see what happens here. Okay, so the current leading price is 32. So if we are going to be paying 30, that's actually a fair price. That's about 9% of the budget. I would love to get DeAndre Hopkins for 9%. Okay, let's throw it on. Get that stack with Kyler Murray. Let's see if he steals them from us. So it looks like we are building an Arizona Cardinals team here. Yeah, we took DeAndre Hopkins at $33. Like I said, guys, I could be wrong here. These could be very bad values, but we are practicing for our real Patreon startup that is going to be happening next week. I can't go in there and I can't get demolished when there's real money on the line. Okay, so let me know what y'all think of Kyler Murray and DeAndre Hopkins. So it looks like we spent about $80. So $80 translated over to $200. How much is that of our budget? It looks like we probably spent about 40% of our budget, maybe a little bit. Actually, no. Yeah, 40% of our budget on Kyler Murray and DeAndre Hopkins. Now, Saquon Barkley immediately up to $64 in that same tier as Christian McCaffrey. But I think that is completely fair. Y'all know that I love Saquon Barkley. Y'all know that he is my guy, and Jesse comes away with him. Now, Jesse is up to nominate yet again, and we should probably be looking at who we are going to be nominating. I think that what we should do is we should probably throw up a player that I don't have too much interest in based on where I think that his price is going to be. That would be someone like Justin Fields. But he throws up J.K. Dobbins, so we can throw some money on J.K. Dobbins. I would love to come away with a running back on his rookie contract. No, he's all the way up to $40 immediately. And I will point out that Sleeper does have these little projections here for how much these players are going to go, and it looks like these top guys are going a little bit less than where they were projected. So maybe you look at that and you go, okay, these players are clearly values. So I just really want to hear your opinion on what I'm doing right now. Okay, so Mike loves our Cardinals stack. The CDE says you should throw up one of the rookies and see how much people overpay. Yeah, man, I just talked about throwing up Justin Fields. Let's get him up right now. Justin Fields, I have a video coming out tomorrow why I think he is currently overvalued in Dynasty. And let's try to drive this price up a little bit. I know we probably shouldn't be talking about this with other people in the draft, but I mean, even if we get Justin Fields for 10% of our budget here with $20, I would be completely fine with that. But no, immediately Justin Fields is getting bumped up. That's exactly what we expected to happen. I would project that Justin Fields probably goes for about $37, $38, which would be a range that I don't feel comfortable paying. But right now he's at $31, $32. $32. Do we maybe just throw another guy? Ooh, that seems like... Okay, we are going to pass on that just because we have Kyler Murray and DeAndre Hopkins, but Justin Fields, a player that I was expecting to get a little overvalued, looks like maybe $31 is a completely fair price for him. Okay, Milo says, I am Cheetah 10. Man, please let me know what you're thinking. Let me know if you're excited with your start of CMC, Tyreek Hill, and Justin Jefferson. It looks like you spent exactly 75% of your budget. I mean, it looks like 150 divided by 200. Yeah, it's 75. So yeah, let me know what you think about spending 75% of your budget on the core of CMC, Tyreek Hill, and Justin Jefferson. Like I said, I don't like it, but I could easily be wrong. Okay, Talon says, the stack cost you $10 more than Mahomes by himself. Great stack. Thank you, my dude. I really appreciate that. Now, going forward, looks like CEH is on the board. Okay, CEH, okay, if he was going to be going for $35, I was going to be throwing another bid on him. Okay, Dobbins goes for 36. So I think maybe we throw 36 on I'm sorry, Dobbins goes for 50. So I think probably we should be willing to throw an extra dollar on Clyde Edwards-Helaire. Okay, so if we were comparing him to the other running backs here, he's going slightly less than Derrick Henry. But the thing is, we already have 2 guys at the top end. Okay, so we get cold feet. We don't have the balls to pull the trigger on throwing another dollar on Clyde Edwards-Helaire. This is scary, guys. This isn't nearly as easy as going through and just doing a mock draft. So hopefully we get ready. Hopefully we are going to be good to go by our real Dynasty Startup Patreon that we are going to have next week. But anyway, Sleepy up here to nominate. Actually, no, he already nominated Darren Waller. I want to remind everyone, this is tight end premium. I will send this in the chat. I have the draft labeled tight end premium and Superflex. So hopefully they understand that. But anyway, it looks like Darren Waller is approaching the price of what we paid for DeAndre Hopkins. Looks like compared to Clyde Edwards-Helaire, I actually really like the value on CEH. I think that if we've made one mistake so far, it's been not throwing another dollar on Clyde Edwards-Helaire, given the offensive line upgrades you saw by the Kansas City Chiefs. Okay, but he's up to 36-37 now for Darren Waller. Okay, so it looks like people are going to be willing to pay up for tight ends. Yeah, Darren Waller already $6 ahead of where we paid for DeAndre Hopkins. So I'm liking that DeAndre Hopkins price about this point when we got that Cardinal stack. Tick is saying this is past the fast-paced as yeah, man. No, this is very fast-paced. This is very scary. Okay, Nick Chubb, let's throw 10% of our budget on him, get that price going up slightly. Okay, so compared to Clyde Edwards-Helaire, I think that even though Nick Chubb isn't necessarily my guy, we'd be willing to throw $29 on Nick Chubb. Okay, so let's throw $29 on Nick Chubb. I mean, I think that once you draft DeAndre Hopkins or once you buy DeAndre Hopkins, maybe you put yourself in a little bit of more of a win now mode. But I want to point out Nick Chubb currently $11 less, $10 less than what Derrick Henry went for. But no, his price is going to continue to go up. You have 3 teams so far that have yet to draft. I'm sorry, only 2 teams so far that have yet to spend a single dollar of their budget. You see them fighting over Nick Chubb. But you have American Sniper coming away who just got Darren Waller. So Nick Chubb, $35. Initial reaction, I think that's a decent price. I think 2 of the running backs that have the best price so far are going to be Nick Chubb and Clyde Edwards-Helaire. I would prefer Nick Chubb over Derrick Henry in Dynasty. So I think if you look at in comparison where Nick Chubb went for compared to Derrick Henry, I mean, I think that was a very good draft pick. Okay, CDE says it's very fun, but can be punishing. Yes, sir. I mean, this could be, this can be very punishing. Okay, so I think with Josh Jacobs, let's throw $9 on Josh Jacobs. Okay, so no, okay. Josh Jacobs is over 26 automatically. I mean, that is only $9 less than Nick Chubb, given the fact that we aren't too high on the Raiders, given the fact that they lost members of their offensive line. I know they drafted Alex Leatherwood in the first round, but by a lot of smart people thought that that was actually a pick where they shouldn't have gone. And I just realized that we did not have our face on the screen the entire time. So hopefully that doesn't ruin the video, but I'm sure y'all don't care about seeing my face nonetheless. Now, what did he just go for? Okay, let's go to the results. Okay, Josh Jacobs just goes for $25. Okay, so Kyle Pitts up on the board. Okay, so Kyle Pitts is up. I want to remind everyone, Darren Waller went for 38. So let's see where Kyle Pitts goes compared to Darren Waller. Automatically over $30. Ooh, so this is getting spicy right here. And Tick says, is there a minimum bid to start when you nominate someone? Yes, you have to bid $1 to nominate someone. That's why you see a difference between the max here and the overall cap that you have. But Kyle Pitts goes for $1 less than Darren Waller, so pretty much in the same range. Now, Jake is up to nominate someone. Jake has yet to spend a single dollar on a single player. And honestly, maybe smart. I mean, maybe if he can come away with some of those top-end quarterbacks, that's going to be something that he's excited about. Maybe Jake's MIA because he hasn't nominated someone. But no, there he goes with Aaron Jones. Let's throw $20 immediately on Aaron Jones. Okay, nope, he's immediately over $20. Now, if we were looking in comparison to Nick Chubb, I think you could expect Aaron Jones to go for slightly less. But we really like that Nick Chubb price. Maybe that was just a great value with Chubb, and you're not going to be seeing that same thing with Aaron Jones. Okay, so now you have 31 as the highest bid on Aaron Jones. I don't know if we can go over 31, just because we went with DeAndre Hopkins there. So maybe our Hopkins price wasn't as good as we initially thought, because even with the stack, if you would ask me who would I prefer between Nick Chubb and DeAndre Hopkins, with how deep the wide receiver position is, I think at that point you definitely have to go with Nick Chubb or Aaron Jones. So yeah, maybe that's not as good as I first thought. Okay, Philip is saying, love chilling and listening to this content. Used to hate you, but you grind out and I keep coming, so you win, LOL. Plus Fields over Lance all day. Bias though. Man, you used to hate me. I don't blame you. But nonetheless, and I will say, I am sorry that you are wrong in thinking that you should be drafting Justin Fields higher. Okay, why is Sleeper just not automatically fixing that? I hate that they do that. Am I just going to have to be coming through and fixing that immediately at all times? Okay, so anyway, Justin Herbert, $45. Where did some other players go? Okay, Justin Herbert for $45 compared to my Kyler Murray for $56. I mean, fantastic value on Justin Herbert. American Sniper is straight up killing this draft with two of the best values in Herbert and Nick Chubb. I mean, congrats, my man. You are doing a very, very good job. I don't love the Darren Waller selection for $38, but you can't deny the fact that Justin Herbert and Nick Chubb represent such great values there. I mean, I would swap Kyler Murray and DeAndre Hopkins for Justin Herbert and Nick Chubb. And how much money does he have on top of this compared to me? So he spent a total of $80 there. We spent a total of $99. So yeah, I think $99 for Kyler Murray and DeAndre Hopkins versus, I'm sorry, is that, no, that's 89 versus 80 for Justin Herbert and Nick Chubb. Yeah, I think you have to go Herbert and Nick Chubb every single time. Okay, let me know who start y'all like the best. Okay, so Austin Eckler up to 33. So in that same range with Nick Chubb and in that same range with Aaron Jones. I think that's fair. I mean, you're looking at those running backs that are a little bit older. American Sniper coming out, trying to make sure he gets the stack with Austin Eckler and Justin Herbert. American Sniper is the guy who decided to nominate Austin Eckler. So I think that is something that could have been expected. But no, Mr. Pringles comes out, grabs Austin Eckler for $35, the same price as Nick Chubb, a little bit more than Aaron Jones. Okay, Taggart Corn says, do you believe in the Ohio quarterback going to the NFL are automatically doomed to fail? Nope, I don't believe the Ohio State quarterbacks going to the NFL are automatically doomed to fail at all. That's not why I think Justin Fields is overvalued in Dynasty. Tomorrow, I get into exactly why I think that, and I think it's actually a great video. I think that it's probably one of the best videos, the more informative videos that can actually help you that we've had with the channel for a very long time now. Okay, so Danny says, Barkley plus Dobbins running backs are getting slim. Okay, so he really likes this start. With Barkley and Dobbins, I like the price on Barkley compared to someone like Christian McCaffrey. But Dobbins, I mean, I can't be paying $50 for Dobbins when you have Clyde Edwards-Helaire going off for $37. So I don't necessarily love that start, even though I understand it. But George Kittle nominated, and George Kittle immediately up to $40. Now, this is ahead of where Darren Waller, Kyle Pitts both went. I just think that we are put in such a tough spot where it's going to be hard for us to go out and pay that much for a player when we've already spent up for Kyler Murray and DeAndre Hopkins. But maybe I'm wrong here. Y'all know I love George Kittle, so it is taking me a little bit of restraint to go out there and throw some more money on him. Okay, so let me grab, okay, so sorry for grabbing that. Just wanted to make sure that everything was fine in the Discord chat. Okay, also, I see that we have an insane amount of likes. I see that we have over 50 likes in the live stream. That is absolutely massive. Thank you so much, guys. Okay, DK Metcalf up here at $11. Of course, we're going to have to throw some money on DK Metcalf. We'll throw $27 on DK Metcalf when you had CeeDee Lamb going for $31. I love that CeeDee Lamb value at $31. I mean, Lamb compared to Jefferson for a $10 difference, I think that is fantastic. Okay, so Metcalf looks like he is going to be going off for 33. Gosh, I need to stop being scared. I need to stop having scared money. I need to go out there and I just need to grab one of these guys. Now let's throw up Ezekiel Elliott and let's see where he decides to go. I had a team where we stacked both DeAndre Hopkins and Ezekiel Elliott as veteran players on a win now build quite some time ago, but nonetheless, Zeke is up. Who is leading on him right now? Did I just, what just happened? Okay, I thought that I just lagged out. I thought that with Ezekiel Elliott, I just won him for $1, but clearly that didn't happen. Okay, okay. So never mind. No worries there. I thought that we were going crazy for a second. Should we throw $31 on Zeke? I think that would be a nice fit with DeAndre Hopkins, getting some production in this lineup right away. Like I said, when you go with DeAndre Hopkins, you kind of need to have that win now built immediately. We throw 31, but we get replaced by American Sniper. So maybe we sit out here after $32. Yeah, we are going to sit out. I kind of want to see what happens. We can be making a mistake, but like I said, this is mainly just practice. So when we have the real league going next week, I can come out and I can crush everybody over on Patreon, because in a mock draft, yes, I want to do well, but I don't want to do as good as I am going to whenever we have real money on the line. Okay, so Dragon Isles is up to nominate someone right now. Let's see where he decides to go. There are still a ton of players available on the board. I mean, if you're going position to position at the QB spot, you have Lamar Jackson, Josh Allen, Dak Prescott, Deshaun Watson, Russell Wilson, Joe Burrow, Jalen Hurts, Trevor Lawrence, Aaron Rodgers, Tua. Okay, there are a ton of players on the board. The running back spot, you have Cam Akers, DeAndre Swift, Joe Mixon, Miles Sanders, Antonio Gibson, David Montgomery. But anyway, Trey Sermon is up on the clock. Okay, so he is immediately bumped up to $13. I think maybe given how many other players are currently available, we are going to have to sit out on that price. Now looking across the board and seeing how many guys are available, I'm kind of happy that we passed on Ezekiel Elliott at $33. So yeah, maybe this is something I need to do. Maybe we need to continue to track how much how many players are left in the pool. But what did you have Trey Sermon going for? Okay, so Trey Sermon ends up going for $13. Now, Miles Sanders is on the board. We will throw $20 on Miles Sanders for 10% of our budget immediately. Now he's bumped up. Honestly, I'll throw more on Miles Sanders. Y'all know that I love Miles Sanders. We'll bump that up to 25. I think if you're looking at the difference between Miles Sanders and Ezekiel Elliott, it isn't as big as a lot of people would want to make it out to seem. Okay, so right now you have KJB4 leading on this bid with 26. I can't let him get Miles Sanders for $26. He has yet to have a single player. We will bump that up to 27. Okay, so this is close. We are closing in. I think that we can safely say we would prefer having Miles Sanders over some of these veteran running backs like an Aaron Jones. Okay, crap. Well, it looks like we don't have the option to bid $29 on Miles Sanders, because as we talk about it, it looks like he goes off the board. Okay. So Sleepy Baron is up on the clock. And I will point out, guys, while I immediately liked our values that we got on Kyler Murray and DeAndre Hopkins, I think we overpaid. I think that if we could throw them back and get back our, how much money did we spend? Our $111? No, our $99. Okay, how much money did we spend? What is Sleeper messing me up here? Let's just do the math ourselves. If we could throw them back and get our $89 back, I definitely would do that. So I am a little bit bummed that we overpaid there, but nonetheless, I think that we would be willing to throw $33 on Travis Kelce. Okay, so Tick Bryan says, Yo, Mason, the consistent live streams are a huge corner of the fantasy market that I think is lacking. You've been crushing it. Keep it up. Thank you so much, my dude. And yeah, on the main fantasy football channel, I was live streaming every single day during the football season, and that is going to come back. I live stream more than anybody else. Of course, if you want to come out to the live streams, not watch these as a video later on, make sure you're subscribed to the channel, but more importantly, make sure you hit that bell next to the subscribe button. That way you get notified whenever we go live. That way you can come join a live mock draft with us. Of course, all the real leagues are going to be through Patreon, but the mock drafts are a lot of the times through the people that come out to these streams right away. Okay. But Rodgers is nominated. Okay, so let's bid on the host of Jeopardy real quick, just because I want to be able to watch my guy on TV every single day, not just on Sundays. Okay, so let's throw $15 on so we can watch Aaron Rodgers host Jeopardy. Okay, so we are getting passed up now. $19. Let's look across the board. Let's look at where these other players went. God, I hate what we did at the very beginning. This is definitely a lesson I needed to learn for the real draft. Jess says, yeah, I wish I didn't spend 50 on Dobbins. Yeah, man, I mean, this is a lesson learned. Like I said, I'm sure a lot of people don't have experience with these auction drafts. That's why I'm going to be trying to do a lot of these going forward. That way I can get y'all as many reps as possible. I'll probably do another one this weekend just so we can prepare for that real life one we are going to have next week. Because this is way, 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 way more complicated than just a regular draft. Okay, so Mr. says, do you think that hurts TJ Hawkinson? Let me know what you think hurts TJ Hawkinson, because I have no idea what you're referring to. Amon-Ra St. Brown coming in, them bringing in the best offensive tackle in the entire draft. I don't know what you're referring to. Okay, oh, Lions just signed Darren Fells. No, that does not hurt TJ Hawkinson, guys. Please do not think that. Oh, my God. Okay, so Joe Mixon up on the board. Let's throw $20 on Joe Mixon. So you have Giovanni Bernard, the pass-catching running back, historically leaving Cincinnati. I know they don't address the offensive line, but bringing in a player like Jamar Chase should bump up the overall efficiency you should expect from that offense regardless. So I think that with Joe Mixon, he is a safe 3-down running back to invest into. I'm viewing him in the same light as an Ezekiel Elliott. Zeke went for $32, so I think you could expect a similar thing to happen here with Mixon. But nonetheless, Joe Mixon looks like a great value, I think, out of this running back range with Ezekiel Elliott, with Austin Eckler, Aaron Jones, and Joe Mixon. Joe Mixon is by far and away the best value. I mean, 27, that is fantastic. Now, Burrow is immediately thrusted up to $20 by us. Now, honestly, I'll throw $30 on Burrow. I don't care who is left. Okay, never mind. We do not have the highest bid. What did these other quarterbacks go for? Okay, yeah, Josh Allen at 52. Yeah, Justin Herbert at 45. I mean, that Herbert price is so good considering what they were able to do in the NFL draft. Okay, so I can't let someone get Joe Burrow for $36. I mean, my Kyler Murray price looks absolutely horrendous. Okay, so up to 39. Yeah, no, we're bumping him up to 39. Okay, so he's up to 40. I think at that point, given the talent that is still on the board, do we maybe pass? Yeah, I think we pass. I mean, there's still a lot of rookies that we could be looking to go with here. So we're going to pass on Burrow for 40, even though that's a fantastic price. And it just looks like what happened at the beginning of this draft is a lot of these players like Mahomes, like Christian McCaffrey, like Tyreek Hill, even like Kyler Murray, someone that I bid on, they just simply went for too much. Maybe if we put this down. Okay, can y'all see the bid? Okay, no, it's hard to see on the screen. I'm just seeing the best way that we can represent this. Oh, okay, so I think that honestly, probably this is the best way to show the screen. Yeah, this is how we're going to do it. Okay, so Lamar Jackson is up. Okay, we're going to throw... What did Burrow go for? Burrow went for 40. Okay, Lamar, massive winner in the NFL draft. You have to throw some money on him. Okay, so we bumped up Lamar Jackson to 38. I think Lamar is easily a massive winner. I mean, if you look, they brought in Rashad Bateman. They brought in Tylan Wallace. Now, the question is, do we spend $40 on Lamar Jackson? And the thing is, if we look around, not that many people have money left. Because not many people have money left, we're going to pass. But like I said, guys, I mean, if you look back on this board, yes, we messed up. We spent way too much money on Kyler Murray, but this is a lesson learned. Now, let's go and let's just throw $11 on Chris Godwin. Let's start getting this price pumped up. Okay, also, guys, thank you so much for everybody who's decided to drop a like on the live draft. I mean, we are over 60 likes now, so that is absolutely massive. But anyway, Godwin for 15. Oh, okay. Oh my gosh. Okay, Chris Godwin just went for the same price as Trey Sermon. I was over there paying attention to the chat. No excuses. It doesn't matter. Fantastic price on Chris Godwin. Oh my gosh. We messed this draft up big time. We were going to have to get another one of these in the weekend before we have to do our real one next week. Yeah, we are going to get some more practice reps coming in. Okay, so Sam Darnold immediately bumped up to the same price. Sam Darnold bumped up over Chris Godwin. Now, that is absolutely insane. And y'all know that I am not the biggest fan in the world of Sam Darnold, but still at the same time of Chris Godwin, but still at the same time paying $6 more for Sam Darnold than Chris Godwin went. I mean, Dragon Isles absolutely killed this draft. Dragon Isles, I think, easily has the best start. Let me know who y'all think has the best start in this draft. But check this out. Dragon Isles still has $77 left, right? So a similar range of us. And instead of having Kyler Murray, DeAndre Hopkins, he has Burrow, Clyde Edwards-Helaire, DK Metcalf, and Chris Godwin. I mean, he spent less on Metcalf than we did with Hopkins. If you add together Clyde Edwards-Helaire and Chris Godwin, that's less than what we got for Kyler Murray. And then he has Joe Burrow on top of it for a great value. Man, fantastic draft. Okay, so let's throw some money on Russell Wilson. Hopefully we can keep this under the table. Hopefully the price doesn't go too high. I would love to get Russ on this team. Come on. Come on. Get us some value. Get us some value here with Russ. 8 seconds left. Okay, someone's asking how much was Saquon Barkley. Ooh, sorry, guys. I see that maybe a little bit of the screen is cut off. Let me zoom that back out here. Okay, so now y'all can see everything. Okay. Now, Russell Wilson, over $30. Okay, crap. I really wanted Russ. We'll throw $31 on Russell. We'll throw $32 on Russell Wilson. I don't care. We need to stop being a little chicken. Just because we overpaid for Kyler Murray and DeAndre Hopkins doesn't mean we can't go out there and try to get a nice value with Russell Wilson. All right, so come on. $33. No, we're coming in over the top. We have to get Russ. Did we get him? No, we did not get Russell Wilson. Okay, that's disappointing. Let's throw up Javonte Adams. Okay, Davante Adams is nominated. Nominated him for $20, so $6 more immediately than where Chris Godwin went. That Chris Godwin value, it was absolutely absurd. Matt says, what happens if everyone runs out of money? That is not possible because Sleeper makes it where you have to have $1 at the very minimum for every spot on your roster. Okay, no, we were about to come in for $23 with Davante Adams. His price goes up regardless. Okay, I am absolutely absurd of Dragon Isles here. I mean, I'm absolutely jealous. That is absurd with what he did. I think Jake has the potential to pass him, but as of now, that is a fantastic start. Mike says Darnold's is the same price as Rodgers. Yeah, I mean, Cheetah, man, I know you're in the chat. I don't want to sound like an ass. Like I said, I messed up my own draft, but I hate what you did here. Spending $20 on Darnold. I mean, Aaron Rodgers went for 21 and also dropping 43, 41, and 66 on all your other players. Now, of course, like I said, it's hard to see where the value is going to lie before you get a couple of these reps in. So I can't blame you. Like I messed up as well, but I'm just trying to commentate over this, just trying to give everybody a good sense of what I think. So we got to come out. Dak Prescott at the very minimum has to go for at least what Russell Wilson did. Okay, so right now Jake is trying to get that CD Lamb stack with Dak. Okay, Dak's at 36. What are we thinking about doing here? We're bumping up Dak. Okay, perfect. The reason I bumped up a couple more times is just because Jake has so much money and he has CD Lamb, so it's clear that he was trying to get that stack. I mean, congrats by him. He did a fantastic job recognizing that these players were very overvalued at the beginning, and by waiting to get these nice values and waiting to get that stack, but I had to charge him a little bit there. Okay. Let's not play games. Let's just immediately bump David Montgomery up to 10. Okay, so now David Montgomery is approaching the price of Trey Sermon. But like I said, guys, I mean, absurd that Trey Sermon... I can't stop looking at Chris Godwin. I can't stop looking at that Chris Godwin price. Okay, so what is Montgomery at? $13 right now. Good deal with Montgomery. That's all we have to say. Good deal with Montgomery. Okay, so Sleepy Baron up here. Let's see where he decides to go. And also, I want to thank everybody who joined this mock draft. It looks like we have not had a single person go MIA. Now, I will say I am unsure if we are actually going to be able to go through and finish this just because I have that computer science research class and I have a presentation at 3. So hopefully we can get through another 40 minutes, but hopefully we can go through a significant amount of players. But I think maybe we have to sign off just slightly early. Okay, so Swift is up to $33. Yeah, nice price on Swift. I'm just sitting here more so trying to take this in, trying to figure out where the values are going to lie. But there are a lot of rookies still available, and that's what I think I'm holding out on. I think some of these rookies are going to represent great value. Kip is asking, is this an actual league or a mock draft? No, this is a mock draft right here. We're going to have an actual league happening next week. Brady says, Mason, you are too scared to bump up by $1 or $2. You should have kept going on Dak, Clyde Edwards-Helaire, and Chris Godwin. Yes, sir. I completely agree with that. I mean, hindsight is 2020. That's why we're doing these. That's why we were trying to figure this stuff out. Okay, we're gonna try to get Trevor Lawrence 436. Okay, so no, Lucker comes back out, and it looks like Lucker is nearing in on his max. It looks like he's going to be coming away with 4 players and can no longer bid on anyone. Okay, Dom Cost says, can you show us some of your currently running rookie drafts? Yes, sir. Like I said, once those get completed, I'm going to be posting every single one on Patreon. Now, they're all Patreon leagues, so that's why I'm a little bit hesitant to come out and just blast them on YouTube to get 3,000 views, because I don't want to be giving everybody's business away. That's why I'm going to keep that behind a paywall. But anyway, DJ Moore coming up, and Dragon Isles, of course, is on our boy DJ Moore. I mean, Dragon Isles is just pissing us off. But for 23, if we're looking across the board, we need to stop reading the chat. We need to start looking at who is still available in this draft. There are still some players I think we can target. There are still some guys we can target. So if we look, Jake has money. Let's see who all has money. So Jake, KGB4, Chad, and us. And that's essentially it. I mean, you can make an argument. Some people have a few extra dollars, but not so much. Okay, so Jake is up to nominate. Let's see where he decides to go. Maybe he decides to go with an Amari Cooper to try to get that Dallas stack. But no, he's going with Stephon Diggs. We'll throw 22 on Stephon Diggs. I think Diggs fits this nice roster nicely, given the fact that we have DeAndre Hopkins, a veteran that we could look to try to pair up with some current production. Okay, Stephon Diggs goes for 24. At some point, Mason, you got to start spending money. Come on. Stop being scared. Okay, yeah, Dom. I'm sorry, guys, but I just don't want to be blasting those Patreon rookie drafts everywhere for everybody to commentate on. I want to keep some privacy because I know a lot of people are in leagues with others, and I don't want those people knowing where they're going to be going in a draft. Like if you see a sleeper name that you know you're in a league with, and I post 3 rookie draft boards and they all have a certain player that they are targeting, I don't want to ruin anybody's strategy. Okay, so A.J. Brown, our Dynasty wide receiver 1, immediately coming up, and it looks like that price is going high. Okay, let's try to jump in here. Let's see what it's going to end up being. Okay, so it looks like 33. Okay, so it looks like he is going higher than where you had DK Metcalf, where you had Devontae Adams, CeeDee Lamb. Looks like he's approaching the Tyreek Hill and Justin Jefferson range. Okay, so A.J. Brown, 436. Okay, American Sniper up here. Let's see where he decides to go. How many quality players are left? Akers, Ridley, Gibson, McLaurin, Thomas, Evans, Jamar Chase, Allen Robinson, Brandon Ayuk, Najee Harris, T. Higgins, Keenan Allen, Julio Jones, Kenny Gallaudet, Mark Andrews, Mark Cooper, Travis Etienne, Deshaun Watson. Okay, so there are some names we can look at. I mean, it is getting a little bit slimmer, though. Tommy says $37 for Pitts is nice. Man, I don't think so. I mean, if you look across the board, would you rather have Kyle Pitts or would you rather have Joe Mixon and Chris Godwin? I mean, because it's about the same at that point. Or would you rather have Kyle Pitts or DeAndre Swift? I would much prefer DeAndre Swift. Would you rather have Kyle Pitts or Russell Wilson? I'd definitely prefer Russell Wilson. Would you rather have Kyle Pitts or Trevor Lawrence? I would definitely prefer Trevor Lawrence. So, yeah, I don't like the Kyle Pitts price. I'll say that. Okay, so let's try to get in on this Cam Akers action. Okay, so Akers, I think, has to go for about $40. Okay, so Akers is up to 36. We'll throw 37 on Cam Akers. Okay, so he's up to 38. If we look across, I mean, it's a value, but okay, yeah, Jake absolutely killed this draft. So if we kind of recap right now, Jake it just spent a few more dollars to get Prescott, Akers, and Lamb than we did with Kyler and Hopkins. I mean, I really like that start. Okay, let's bump Chase immediately up to $20. Okay, so if you compare this $20 price tag for Chase, it's a little bit less than DJ Moore. It's a little bit less. I mean, it's a lot less than CeeDee Lamb. Okay, but let's go harder on Jamar Chase. Okay, so 22 for Chase. He's up to 23. Okay, so if we let Chase go off, who's still available for us? Yeah, no, I think we hold out. I got some plans. I think we hold out right now. Jamar Chase going off 425. Yeah, we're going to let that happen. Okay, so Chade is up on the clock right now to nominate someone. Let's see who he throws up. Let's see. Okay, there are still a lot of guys that I like. There are still a lot of guys I like. Come on, Mason, just be patient here. Come on, just practice some patience. We'll come away with this with the team we like. Okay, so Ridley is up. Let's throw immediately 18 on Ridley. Throw 20 on Ridley. Throw 22 on Ridley. Okay, so compared to, yeah, we'll go 24 on Ridley. I like the fit with Hopkins and Murray. I mean, just getting some current production right now. And Ridley's also not extremely old. Okay, so coming away with Calvin Ridley for $24. I like that a little bit more than DJ Moore, way more than Chris Godwin. That Chris Godwin price was too good, to be honest. Okay, John says, are you drafting on a computer? Yes, sir, I am drafting on a computer. I don't know what the phone format looks like for this auction draft. Dom Cost says, saving money till the end looks like it works. Yeah, man, it's definitely going to work in this draft when you had these players going for a price that was probably a little bit too high at the beginning. But you can't just say that it worked in this draft and it's going to work with everyone going forward. Okay, so let's throw an extra $20 on Terry McLaurin, see if we can come away with the wide receiver core of McLaurin, Hopkins, and Ridley. But no, another dollar goes on McLaurin, so I think we sit it out at this point. There are a couple players that I still really like. So everybody spamming the chat says great value for Calvin Ridley. Honestly, guys, I can't say it's a great value for Calvin Ridley. I love Calvin Ridley, but if you look around at the other wide receivers, I mean, DJ Moore for 22, Chris Godwin for 14. You have Stephon Diggs for the same amount of, the same dollars as Calvin Ridley. So yeah, I like the price, but I don't think we got an insane value or anything. I think it was just kind of fair. Now let's throw up Michael Thomas. Okay, let's see what Michael Thomas is going to go for. Let's bump this up to 15 immediately. I would love getting Michael Thomas on this team to pair with Hopkins, to pair with Ridley. I think that would be nice. I mean, Michael Thomas, a quiet winner of the NFL draft, and that they didn't bring in a wide receiver too, so it looks like maybe that target share will get bumped back up to what it was in 2019. Okay, we have to throw $19 on Michael Thomas. I mean, let's continue to go. I think we're going to take Michael Thomas here for 21. I'd be very surprised if anybody else throws another dollar on Michael Thomas. Okay, but no, he does get another dollar bid on him. So now it's questioning. I think because we don't have our quarterback too, because we don't have a single running back left, I think we're going to have to pass on Michael Thomas, even though it's a great wide receiver, a great value. I think we messed up at the beginning. We messed up by going too hard on Kyler Murray, too hard on DeAndre Hopkins. So yeah, we have to pay the price later on, and that maybe just means that we're not going to get Michael Thomas. Okay, so let's go through and let's see who all is still available. We are kind of thinning out a little bit here. I mean, there are a ton of QBs left, and that's something that we can point out. There are pretty much 4 running backs that you can get excited about, and one of them is up right now. Let's immediately throw $20 on Antonio Gibson. Okay, so Gibson bumped up. Let's go. We'll put $30 on Gibson. Okay, so this is where it gets interesting. Come on, Mason. Okay, are we willing to spend $32? Yes, we're willing to spend $32 on Antonio Gibson. I mean, Okay, crap. Honestly, I didn't want Gibson here. I was hoping that we were just going to be bumping up the price for someone else. I was hoping that we could hold out for Travis Etienne. Maybe we still get Travis Etienne, Najee Harris, Javonte Williams, one of those guys. But regardless, we are going to be getting Antonio Gibson for $32. If you compare this to Clyde Edwards-Helaire at $37, Nick Chubb at $35, Cam Akers at $38. I mean, I think it's a fair price. I don't think we can say it's a great value by any means. It is only $1 less than DeAndre Swift. Okay, James Robinson up here. We'll throw $2 on James Robinson. How about that? We'll throw $4 on James Robinson. Okay, if we just get James Robinson, okay, we just won James Robinson for $4. Now, y'all know that I am the biggest Travis Etienne fan in the world. Y'all know that I am kind of looking at this as Travis Etienne's going to come in and be the 3-down back. But, I mean, $4 on James Robinson, I'll take that every single time. I mean, this is saying James Robinson is worth 1/3 of what Trey Sermon is. I think you have to take that value. Okay, so Najee Harris is up. We don't have that much money to bid, but we will throw some money on Najee Harris. And I'm sorry I can't commentate this as well as I can do with drafts, guys, but this is hard. This is not easy. I mean, ask anybody that's in this right now. I mean, this is pretty difficult and fast and intense. Now, let's go. Lucker is up. So if you go through, not many people have money left at all. I mean, currently, I thought that we had spent a lot, but I mean, we have more money than 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 other people in the league. So we're kind of in the middle. Lucker and Pringles chilling with $13. Tommy says, let's check this out. Yeah, Lucker says $3. I really don't like that start. I mean, I think that maybe you just overpaid for Mahomes and Alvin Kamara at the very beginning. But like I said, I did the same thing with Kyler and Hopkins. So I'm not calling anybody stupid or anything, but this is just lesson learned. Okay, so Trey Lance. Oh, Trey Lance. Oh, God. This is what we've been holding out for. Let's throw some money on Trey Lance here. Now, if Justin Fields went for 31, Trey Lance should at least go for 50. Of course, that's sarcasm, guys. Of course, that's sarcasm. Okay, we're probably going to be spending. We're probably going to be breaking the bank here for Trey Lance, to be completely honest. I mean, I think that Trey Lance is almost in the same tier as a Trevor Lawrence. Okay, we get our guy for Trey Lance, $27. I am so excited about that price, even if it makes us where we don't have too much to look forward to. I am willing to go through, and I am willing to pay the $27 for Trey Lance. Get Gauged says, are we doing another auction? I'm going to be doing another mock auction this weekend, and next week through Patreon, we're going to be doing a real Dynasty auction startup draft. Now, yes, those are going to have dues. Yes, that's going to be a league that's presumably going to be around forever. So don't just think that anybody can join that league, but no, we'll do a real league next week. The date is to be determined, and we'll do another mock draft this weekend. Okay, so Jake Plum is up here. Jake Plum does have more money than us, even if it doesn't look like he has a lot. We just have nothing at this point. Okay, so Travis Etienne is up. I mean, let's throw our max money on Travis Etienne. We'll get all dollar players if we win Travis Etienne beyond that. Okay, so this sucks. We can bid at most $16 on a player. So if Travis Etienne goes for $20 right here, I am going to be pissed. I am going to be pissed with myself. Okay, thank God. Start bidding up Travis Etienne. This is a ridiculous value. I mean, right here, KJB4. I mean, great start. He just got Travis Etienne for $21. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? We spent $32 on Antonio Gibson. Travis Etienne goes for $21. Oh my. We got wrecked in this auction draft. This weekend, we will have a much better performance. I can promise that. But Travis Etienne for $21. I mean, outside of Chris Godwin for $14, this Travis Etienne price is the best value in the entire draft. I mean, congrats, man. Okay, so Mike Evans is up here. Let's try to break the bank on Mike Evans real quick. So 15 compared to, who are some other guys we can compare him to? Yeah, it looks like, I think what we're going to probably be doing right now is we're probably just going to be, with all these players that are left over, going the max we can, which is $16 bids. And if we win one of them, that's perfectly fine. Then we'll just go dollar the rest of the way through. And we'll have our core, learn our lesson, and move on with our lives. Okay, Nick says he's pissed that he passed up on Stephon Diggs. Yeah, Stephon Diggs for $24. That was a good value. That was a good value. Mike says, would you rather have Antonio Gibson or ETN if they were the same price? Man, they would be neck and neck for me. They would be neck and neck for me. And given the fact that Antonio Gibson was $11 more, I mean, clearly I was just absolutely dead in the water, to be frank. Okay, so here we'll go max we can on Deshaun Watson. I understand everything going on with Deshaun Watson, guys, but nope. Of course, we don't get Watson for $16, so it's going to get bumped up a little bit more than that. But next weekend we'll be much better in this. I can guarantee that. Okay, so Deshaun Watson going for $18. That is, we spent more on Calvin. We spent $6 more on Calvin Ridley. Okay, let's bump up T. Higgins right now to the very least 10. Okay, so spending 13 on T. Higgins would be completely fine if we get T. Higgins at this price, and we'll just go extremely small on the rest of the guys. Okay, so here, do we go 16 on Higgins? I think we don't, just because if we win Higgins, we then lose the ability to bid anybody up. So even if it's a great value, even if Higgins is worth way more than that, I think simply based on the fact that we want to make sure that we are bidding up these players, I think we have to pass. Okay, guys, please let me know who your favorite team is currently. I think mine is probably going to end up being either Jake or KGB4, and they did a fantastic job of looking at these players and going, you know what, they were overvalued at the beginning. Now they are values, so they laid off. They didn't spend any money at the beginning of the draft, and then they came through, and then they started sniping these players when they were great values. But Carson up here already passes our $16 max. So even if we wanted Chris Carson, that wouldn't have been an option. Okay. Also, we are closing in on 80 likes on the live stream. That is absolutely massive. Thank you, my dudes. Okay, so Joe Kelly coming in says, yo, bro, I traded Nick Chubb for Joe Mixon and Allen Robinson in my Dynasty League. Is that a W or a loss? Man, that is a fantastic trade. Congrats. That's all I have to say. Congrats on that trade. Okay, so here with KG, we will bump Kenny Gallaudet up to $9. Okay, so I think we have to hold out here, let them battle it out, because I really want to make sure that we at least have the capability to kind of price enforce and make sure that these guys are going... Yes, they're clearly values, and they're going to be values for a while, but we can't be letting these players go off the board for like $3. And also, if you pull up the draft board right now, there's really... There aren't too many exciting players left, to be honest. So I think maybe the value comes to an end sometime soon. Let's throw up Myles Gaskin. Myles Gaskin's a player that I will be interested to see where he goes. I mean, what he goes for. So we're putting up Myles Gaskin for $4. Now, this is when the little fish come in. The little people with not much money, including myself. This is a player you can actually bid on. Okay, do we bid on... Okay, so it looks like my James Robinson price maybe isn't that good if Myles Gaskin's going to go off the board for $6. Okay, no, Myles Gaskin is getting bumped up slightly. Mr. Mort says, Mason, what's your favorite NFL team? Man, going to be completely honest, I've said this a million times now. I don't root for any NFL team. I really just root for players, and I know that sounds so lame, but I rooted for the Texans way back when they had Matt Schaub and Andre Johnson, if that counts for anything. But no, we've got over that phase in our life, and we are just in love with a few players. I mean, some of those guys are on the wall behind us, but you already know that. Okay, so let's see who is getting propped up right now. And I want to point out the fact, guys, that there are still so many quarterbacks yet to be nominated. So I think that's probably what these players are holding out their current cash for, is going to be those quarterbacks. Dustin says, so my old strategy was to throw up players I dislike to make others spend their money. Do you ever do that? Yes, I've been doing that this draft. I mean, I've been doing that with guys like Justin Fields. I mean, that's exactly what I used to do in the few Dynasty startups that I participated in that were auction. And I've also done leagues where the rookie drafts were auction as well, and just every pick had a dollar sign attached to it, and then that's how you got your overall budget from that. But yeah, we'll throw $12 in here on Brandon Ayuk if we can come away with Ayuk for $12. I think that the talent pool is probably going to dry up. Okay, so we get Ayuk, and we are really close to literally only having dollar players left. Okay, so let's throw $5 on Tua. Now we are completely out of it. Okay, so IPN says, pick 3 in my rookie draft, Superflex. Assuming Lawrence, Lance go 1 and 2, do you pick Fields or Harris? If you look at my rookie rankings over on Patreon, you are going to see that we have Najee Harris over Justin Fields. Okay, no idea why that popped up. Okay, so Tua, okay, it looks like Tua maybe is going to be a great price as well. So KGB4 doesn't have a single QB yet, but he does have a great start. It looks like he just went all in on the value players. So he gets Tua for $13 compared to our Kyler Murray for $56. So he spent less on the combination of Tua, David Montgomery, and Travis Etienne than we did for Kyler Murray. This is demoralizing, guys. I ain't going to lie. We'll throw $5 on Julio Jones. Of course, we don't get him for that. Chris says, being a Dolphins fan can be stressful. Man, I love what the Dolphins are doing. I think the Dolphins have one of the brightest future in the entire NFL, to be completely honest. You know, it's really funny. I just pulled up YouTube and someone got mad at, it's so funny when NFL teams get mad at me for saying something bad against one of their players or one of their teams. So I called Sony Michel a very bad running back, which I think we can all agree that he is a very bad running back. And someone says, Sony is horrendous, ? New England was a terrible spot for him after year 1. Bro, yeah, Sony Michel is very bad. I don't know what to tell you about that. Okay, so let's get this going. Who has money left? So it looks like Jake, Cheetah, American. Okay, so there are some people. Dear Future Self. So if we look across the board, okay, Zach Moss is getting bumped up right here. We only have $5. I don't think we can spend $5 on Zach Moss. Really, the only players that we can look at as guys that should be worth a decent amount of your budget left, you have Jalen Hurts, Baker Mayfield, Matthew Stafford, Zach Wilson, Ryan Tannehill. We go to the running back position. You have Javonte Williams, Kareem Hunt, Chase Edmonds. That looks like about it. The wide receiver, you have Allen Robinson, Keenan Allen, Amari Cooper, Jerry Jeudy, Jalen Waddle, and you have all those rookie wide receivers. Okay, so yeah, the people who saved money were so smart. The people who spent money at the very beginning, including myself, we just we dropped the ball. I mean, we did a very bad job of constructing our teams. Okay. So it looks like T.Y. Hilton is going to be going off the board for $2. Yeah, T.Y. Hilton's a player that's worth $1, right? That shouldn't be anything. Dustin says, going to try doing one where I threw up as many rookies as possible, drain money on unproven players. Man, I think that maybe you aren't fully grasping how much those rookies are actually worth in Dynasty. If you look at what historically happens to their value after year 1. Just because they're unproven doesn't mean that their range of outcomes is any worse than a veteran who's on the decline. If anything, if you're talking Dynasty value, their range of outcomes is a lot better. Okay, so Amari Cooper looks like he is going to be going off the board for $11. Like I said, guys, this is why I said I didn't necessarily love the value that we had on Calvin Ridley. I mean, I would make the argument that Amari Cooper and Calvin Ridley are in the same tier, and you have Amari going off the board for half the price, less than half the price. I mean, god dang. I don't even have anything to say here. We just did so bad in this auction. And guys, I will say I have a presentation that I have to do for computer science research class in about 30 minutes. I have to get that presentation ready in about 15 minutes. So hopefully we get the majority of players that are worth anything off the board sometime soon, so we can end this live stream and we can go do what we need to. Chris says Sony Michel's good on Madden, and that's about it. Yes, sir. I completely agree with that statement. Jason says, get Hawkinson. Man, I got $5. We'll see if I can get Hawkinson. I doubt it. I'll probably be able to get, let's see who we'll probably be able to get at the tight end position. If I'm lucky, I'll probably be able to get Chris Herndon. I'll tell you that if we're lucky, if they let him fall to us. Got $5. Mason says, school sucks. Yes, sir. Trust me. I am right there with you. I only have pretty much tomorrow left. Tomorrow's the last exam that I have in college. Then we'll be graduating with a few degrees just to be a fantasy football YouTuber. So very, very exciting. The fact that we went to we went to the most prestigious schools in Texas, and we get to be a fantasy football YouTuber after graduating with multiple degrees. Living the dream, living the dream. Dustin says, I have to get back to work, but love your streams and congrats on graduating soon. Thank you, my man. Have fun at work. Seth says, where is Pitts in your tight end rankings? Okay, so if you're talking about Kyle Pitts, I'll say just because the dynasty value that he is going to have, I think that you have to have Kyle Pitts at tight end 4. I mean, I would be on record saying I would definitely prefer having TJ Hawkinson or Noah Fant plus a piece over Kyle Pitts. But just based on how the dynasty community already values him, I think he has to be at tight end 4. Okay, so let's see if we can throw 5. Oh, we're leading the offer on Jerry Jeudy. Of course, that gets taken from us right away. But nonetheless, was exciting that we had the lead for a little bit. Okay, Eddie says, I'll do your presentation so you can continue the draft. Man, if you know about gene expression and the differences in the gene expression between COVID-19 and between influenza and what that may mean for future research, you can completely take that over, my man. Okay, so Seth says he only has Pitts behind George Kittle. Man, that is reckless if you look historically on what tight ends have done, even the guys that were top prospects coming into the NFL draft. Okay, so JN says, what's good, Mason? Is this a mock auction or real money? Thank you, my man, for coming out. This is a mock auction, and we are going to be doing a real money one next week. Probably going to be getting in another mock this weekend if you want to come out for that, though, my man. Okay, guys, please let me know who your favorite team is right now. I think my favorite team probably, to be honest, is going to end up being KJB4. I mean, getting Tua for $13, getting Travis Etienne for $21. There were no better values in this entire draft than those two picks right there. I mean, we can go through. I think another great team is going to end up being Jake. Pretty much anybody that you can look at that still has money around. I mean, Jake has a fantastic start, actually. Now that we talk about this, he still has a decent amount of money. He is currently fourth with the amount of money that he has. He got Akers, which you can argue is a first-round startup pick. Harris, which you could argue is a second-round startup pick. Dak Prescott, a second-round startup pick. CeeDee Lamb and Jamar Chase, and he still has all that money. Now, if you go to Dear Future Self, he walked away with Justin Fields, Trey Sermon, DeAndre Swift, Devontae Adams, Amari Cooper, Jerry Jeudy, and TJ Hawkinson. That's a decent start. KJB4, obviously, it's a little bit too early to tell just because he doesn't have he barely has spent any money, to be completely honest. It looks like he has more money on his one team than multiple teams combined at this point. So it's hard to say where he is going to end up finishing, but we have two people fighting out for Zach Wilson right now. I mean, Jesse is yet to get a single quarterback on his roster. KJB4 needs another one. Hopefully, we actually have KJB4 getting this one because I want to make sure that there are still some people bidding up those quarterbacks. Now let's throw up Mark Andrews and step back and see what happens. we'll immediately throw him up for $5 because if we can get Mark Andrews for $5, we will take that. Jason says, if Deshaun Watson plays, I like Chade. Let me check out Chade's team. He has Watson, Taylor, Carson, Diggs, Evans, Higgins, and Kittle. Yeah, I think the wide receiver value was fantastic. The value with Carson maybe wasn't necessarily there, but I mean, if you compare it to some of those other veteran running backs, yeah, I think that Chade actually does have a very solid team. Now he has no more money to actually go out there and to really throw it on anybody, so it's going to be interesting where he moves from here. But if Mark Andrews goes off the board for $10 right now, that is going to be kind of demoralizing for Dear Future Self, who spent 21 on Hawkinson. Okay, guys, if you have not already, go down there, drop a like on the live stream. We are closing in on 100 likes on this one. It would be absolutely massive if we could get over that mark before we have to end the stream. And also, if we are going to be doing a real Dynasty auction startup next week, it's probably going to take forever. I mean, what we would probably do is we would probably do like 10 rounds of it as an auction if we can, and then do the rest as a draft. I don't know if that would be possible, but I can't see how we would possibly do a 30-round auction. So let me know if y'all have any ideas with how we are going to be running that league starting next week, but I think it would be very hard to do this for 6 hours. It would pretty much take. Dragon Isle says, what do you think of my team? Looking now, I think I overpaid for more. Okay, so $40 with Burrow. That is great. Obviously, it's not as good as $13 for Tua, but still. Metcalf for $32. I like the team overall. I'll just say that some of those, I mean, it's definitely way better than my team. I'll say that right out. But just some of those other guys that waited a little bit longer to spend money did such a good job. If this was a real league, they would just be absolutely crushing. But Javonte Williams, the last significant running back going up on the board, immediately $20. If you compare this to some of the other guys that you had, I mean, Joe Mixon went for 27. Keep in mind, it was a little bit of a different market at that point. He's going a little bit ahead of Chris Carson, who went for 16. So Trey Sermon went for 13. So obviously there is a big difference between the two. Matthew says, just pause it midway and pick it up later. Man, it's going to be impossible to do that with an auction, given the fact that it's going to be a very... I guess we could switch it to being a slow auction afterwards. So that is something that we could look to do. Okay, Mason says, is having a deep roster as important in auction drafts? It's really going to come down to the strategy you have, man. In auction drafts, studs and duds is definitely a thing where you go through and you just get a few elite assets and then you have a few dollars to spend on players sporadically here and there. But it's going to be up to the specific auction you're in. I can't sit out here and act like I am some absolute expert in this field. Like I said, I mean, we clearly dropped the bag on this auction itself. So hopefully we have a greater sense on how we should be approaching these after we complete a few more. But yeah, studs and duds is definitely a viable strategy that I have heard discussed on other podcasts. I haven't been able to implement it, but I will, of course, be trying out new things as we go through these mock auctions. Okay, so Cooper Kupp looks like he is going off for $7 now. Okay, so who has money left? Who has money left? KGB4, of course, has money left after spending $27 on Jonathan Williams. So Williams goes for $6 more than Travis Etienne. That is, I mean, that Etienne price was absolutely absurd. Like I said, guys, I ran out of money. I couldn't bid on Travis Etienne by the time he was on the board. Trust me, if I had money, I would have been throwing as much as I could at it. Okay, so Lucker's nominating only has $1 for the players left. I mean, completely fine, man. I'm right there with you. I only have $5 most at a player. We'll throw all $5 on Jalen Waddle if we can, though. Okay, of course, it's going to immediately go over that. So we are going to be live for probably another about 7 minutes, my dudes. And if you are in this live auction, I am very sorry that we are unable to go through and see this to completion. But I'm sure that everybody saw how this went. I'm sure that everybody had a great grasp on how it would have played out after this. So, of course, thank you all for coming out. We are going to continue to do it for another 6 minutes or so. So hopefully we can get through another round. And thank you everybody going down there and dropping a like on the live stream, just hanging out with me this entire time. I'm going to be doing this again this weekend. So if you want to go down there, hit that subscribe button, but more importantly, hit that notification bell, because not everybody in this mock draft was actually joining through Patreon. A decent amount of people joined through the general chat itself. And those were the people that are subscribed to the channel. Those are the people that, more importantly, have that bell hit so they can come out and they can get that notification whenever we go live. So make sure you do that as well if you want to come out and join one of these next time. But Brandon Cooks up here, $3. Brandon Cooks, if Deshaun Watson plays, honestly should be a wide receiver 2 in fantasy, just based on the target share that he should have with an elite level quarterback who should bring elite efficiency. Of course, you have the injury concern. Of course, you have the concern that Deshaun Watson may not even be a quarterback in the NFL this season. So it's going to be interesting to know what to expect with a player like Brandon Cooks. Okay, so Jake Plum is up to nominate, and Jalen Hurts comes up. Let's go immediately throw $5 on Jalen Hurts as if we have any shot to get him. Mike says, good luck on your presentation. Thank you, my man. Dragon says, I would be fine switching to a slow auction when you have to leave, Mason. I'm sorry. I just don't know if everybody's signed up for a slow auction, my man. So I'm sure that some people would be fine in it, but I think that the majority of people would probably check out and not pay attention since there's no money attached to this league. And if you're doing a slow auction with like 3 or 4 other guys, it's not really going to help regardless. But we'll get another one of these mock drafts. We'll get another one of these mock auctions going this weekend. And like I said, we have that real auction draft that is going to be going next week. And if you want that, make sure you're over there on Patreon. Make sure you look for the post that should come out with the announcements sometime early next week, whenever we have everything finalized with a date and time. Okay, so Cheetah is up here. Cheetah really has completely checked out. He hasn't been able to get anybody since the very beginning, where he pulled Sam Darnold, Christian McCaffrey, Tyreek Hill, and Justin Jefferson. So I'm sure if he went back and he did it again, he wouldn't have spent that much money at the beginning like we would not have with Kyler Murray and DeAndre Hopkins. But lesson learned, you move on and you try to do better next time. Okay, Amir says, I've been doing an auction redraft each for the past 5 years. The teams that seem the best after the auctions are usually the patient managers and getting players that are trending down. Okay, thank you, my man. If y'all have any other auction tips that you may have, please spam it in the chat, because that would be helpful for anybody who is just now joining. But I see that we also passed 100 likes on the live stream, so thank you everybody who's decided to go down there and drop that like. Okay, so Claypool's up. Of course, we can, never mind. I was going to say we could throw $5 on him as if we had any shot to get him, but he immediately passes $5. So it looks like we're just going to be watching everybody else have the fun. Okay, so Claypool looks like he is going to be going for $8. I mean, compared to Calvin Ridley for 24, DeAndre Hopkins for 33, even like other guys like A.J. Brown for 36, you have Tyreek Hill for 43, you have Justin Jefferson for 41. I mean, you have to look at that Claypool value at $8, and you have to get very excited. Now, of course, if we could get Noah Fant for $5, we would, but that's not going to happen. I'm interested to see the difference in the prices at the very top this weekend. Once people watch the stream, once people understand that it's maybe not a good idea to go spend 25% of your budget on a single player, I'm interested to see what actually changes. Okay, so I think we are going to be preparing to end the stream, guys. Thank you all for coming out. Thank you all for participating in this auction draft. I'm sorry that we did not get to see this through, but I am sure that everybody had a great understanding of what would have happened based on the budgets that are still left, based on what you saw from a trend of people spending way too much money at the beginning and then leaving some of these leftover guys as insane values. I mean, here, like we said, we can throw $5 on Kareem Hunt, but it's not going to play out. Now, next week, we will be not officially graduated, but pretty much done with classes. So I'll be able to focus all my attention over to Patreon. I'll be able to focus all my attention to these channels. So you won't find any of these getting cut short. So of course, I'm excited about that. And one last announcement, guys. I know we've said this before. I know y'all don't care, but we are moving to Florida. We are getting a new studio, and what that means is I need new things to throw in the background. So if you have any idea of what you would like to see in the background of these videos, it's probably going to be a little bit more spaced out where it's not as zoomed in and we only have space for 3 jerseys. We'll probably have a lot of space. If you have any ideas of what you would like to see, message me on Discord, message me through Patreon. Patreon, I'll 100% see your message if you message me through there if you're supporting the show. And also message me through Twitter. Hopefully I see it there of what you would like to see. Maybe you have something that you would want to be in the background that you actually can ship to us, and that would be way, way, way better. But of course, let me know that, and we can try to get that figured out. Now, thank you guys. Thank you all for coming. We'll be doing this again next weekend. Drop a like, subscribe to the channel, and go down, leave a comment on the actual video itself if you were able to make it to the live stream, and just try to make everybody else jealous that they were not here. But that's it. We'll throw $5 on Adam Thielen, see if we can pull Adam Thielen for $5. Yet we can't, so let's end the stream, and I will see y'all with the video tomorrow, where y'all are probably going to hate it because I'm going to be talking about a rookie that I think is way overvalued.